Hi guys, Kwan from Taste of Asian Food. In this video, I want to show you how to prepare steamed eggplants dressed with the Chinese garlic chili sauce. Steamed eggplant is the simplest and healthiest among all the eggplant recipes. I've posted a few eggplants recipe before, either stir fry or deep fry. They are all delicious, but if you prefer a lighter and healthier twist, this Chinese steamed eggplant with garlic sauce will tantalize your taste bud with its savory flavor and tender texture. Let's get into the details. Let's do some pre-preparation before steaming the eggplants. Cut the eggplants into 4 inches long strips. Place them in a pot of cold water immediately after cutting. The water will prevent the exposed area of the eggplants from turning brown. Add a teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of white vinegar into the water and stir it. The salt and vinegar helps to retain the purplish color of the eggplant skin during cooking. Soak them in the salt and vinegar solution for about 10 minutes. Then remove and drain. You do not need to wash away the vinegar and salt as both of them are the seasonings. Stack the eggplant pieces in a crisscrossing manner in the steamer to maximize the steam flowing through the space between. Set up a steaming station with a wok and a trivet, or using a steaming pot if you have one. When the water is boiling, place the eggplants in the steamer. Steam for 10 to 12 minutes or until the eggplants are thoroughly cooked, soft and tender. This step is essential as eggplants that are not thoroughly cooked do not taste good. You may pick one, preferably a large piece, to play safe at the 10th minute to decide whether you want to continue steaming it longer. I've compared the color of the eggplants by soaking them in salt and vinegar water versus applying a thin layer of oil to the eggplants. I've seen some chefs retain the beautiful purplish color by coating the eggplant with just some oil only before steaming. And the result shows that the color is brighter by soaking them in salt and vinegar water. I use 1 bulb of garlic to make the garlic sauce. You may increase the amount if you like the taste of garlic. Coarsely chop the garlic and set it aside. Besides the garlic, I also add some finely chopped ginger to enhance the flavor. I use 2 types of cheese in this recipe. The larger type is the Thai chili, which is about 4 to 6 inches long. These chilies are not very hot, which I use them for the flavor. And I use both green and red chili to make it more colorful. You can remove the peels and seeds by cutting them in half lengthwise, then cut them into tiny pieces. The second type is a smaller chilies called bird's eye chili. These chilies are much smaller, about just 1 to 2 inches long, but are very hot. Remove the stem and cut them crosswise into thin rings. The level of hotness should base on your ability to take on the heat. I only use 3 bird's eye chili in this recipe, but many locals can use much more than me. The seasoning consists of some typical items that you can get it in most of the Chinese kitchen pantries. light soy sauce, oyster sauce, black vinegar, Szechuan wine, some sugar, sesame oil, and ground white pepper. Once you have got everything ready, heat 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in the pan. If you prefer to add some Szechuan flavor, add a teaspoon of Szechuan peppercorn to the oil and lightly stir fry it for a minute. Let the unique flavor with a numbing feeling on the tongue releases into the oil. Then remove the peppercorn and continue sauteing the garlic. Otherwise, skip the peppercorns and saute the garlic straight away with the vegetable oil until it starts to turn aromatic, which will take about 1 to 2 minutes over low heat. Also add the chopped ginger to the pan and saute along with the garlic. Now add all the seasonings that you have prepared into the pan. When it returns to a boil, add the chopped chili into the pan and give it a quick stir. Let it cook for half a minute, then remove it from the pan. If you want to turn it into a Szechuan style sauce, add 2 teaspoons of Szechuan chili oil into the garlic sauce, which will drastically change the overall taste. Arrange the eggplants on a serving plate in a single layer. Spoon part of the sauce to cover the eggplants, then continue to lay the second layer. Spreading the sauce on the first layer of the eggplant before arranging the second layer will let the eggplant absorb the sauce and enable the chili and garlic distributed equally to all the eggplant pieces. Continue adding layers of eggplants to the top and then pour the remaining sauce on the surface. Garnish with some thinly cut scallion and serve. That's how I prepare the steamed eggplant dressed with the Chinese garlic sauce. It is perhaps one of the simplest and healthiest eggplant version that I ever tried before. If you want to get the recipe, I have included it in the description right below the video. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button and give me a like. When we have any new uploaded recipe, you will be notified immediately. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in some other similar videos very soon, and bye for now.